Eric had 24 in the first round. It's one of the best numbers we've seen in a long, long time. And I'm sure his coach, Gary Williams, pretty proud of that first round. And Gary's with Holly right now.
Well, Coach, Eric had such a great mechanical style when he came in. What have you noticed how he's changed over the years?
Well, he's gotten stronger, so his range has gotten better. But he had a great shot coming in. His father was his high school coach. So I think one of the deals was I couldn't mess with his shot because I wasn't a very good shooter.
Well, he looks pretty good. You didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, he's got great form, and he was big for us this year with Vasquez, because when they doubled Vasquez and he was open, he'd make an open shot, and that's big in any offense.
All right, well, we'll see if he can make these open shots here.
I know, he's open.
Well, a heartbreak came on a last-second shot by Michigan State, a team that's in the Final Four. But Eric Hayes did his part that day with 18 for the Terps. Got 2 of the first 4. Money goes.
Brad, his form and his technique is about as good as you can dial it up. Look at that right arm forming that elbow. The guide hand quickly comes off so it doesn't interfere with the flight of the ball. He was never, partner, an explosive jumper in his 4 years, but because he has a quick release, boom, up and out of the shot pocket, was always able to get that thing off.
Here he goes, top of the circle now. A little strong on that one. Backs off and drains it, and the money ball too far as well. Remember, he had 24 in the first round, so he's struggling compared to that first round, but he could get warm from right there, and he has, and he hit 4 straight. Money, got it. Big right wing for Eric Hayes. Baseline. He's warm now. Way short. He's got a money ball yet to go, and it does. So he hit 4 money balls in the first round. He hit 4 more money balls in round 2.
If you play at Maryland and you go to that last money ball knowing you have to have it, in your mind you're thinking, this is the one to beat Duke.
That's right. So Hayes in both rounds. The guy that led the way.
Brett, he lost his leg strength about midway through this last rack. Right in here, he starts coming up a little bit short, and he's not a big jumper, but then he gets back into it. Watch the money ball release. Holds the hand in the cookie jar, drains it.
So he's a finalist and currently in first place. And while we had a tie between Ryan Whitman and Michael Roll with each having 17, we went to the second tiebreaker. The first tiebreaker is money balls. The second tiebreaker is how you did on the final rack. And with that, Ryan Whitman's 17 is a little bit better than Michael Roll's. What Eric Hayes can do out of Woodbridge, Virginia. 196 career threes for the Terps and a 41% three-point shooter. Coach Williams talked with Holly about the fact that his dad was his coach, so he couldn't mess him up too much. His dad, Kendall, is actually back coaching now his little sister, Hannah.
And you know what his dad did an outstanding job of at an early age when Eric and his sister were both young? He used an adjustable goal. So Eric Hayes never got into a bad habit of launching that ball from his waist just to have enough strength to try to get it up there. He always shot the ball with a great technique. If you're a dad right now trying to teach your youngster how to shoot, use an adjustable goal and move it up as they increase their strength. That is critical in teaching shooting.
Critical for him right now is to get warmed up. He's not finding the range that he did in the first 2 rounds. If he can knock down everything, including the money balls, he's got a chance. And he still has a chance. That one goes. Second one goes. Third one's off. It all comes down maybe to this shot. Got it! It did come down to the last shot on the last rack. And his coach, you don't see Gary smile that much very often.
That's my man, he said. That's my man. Well,
4 money balls for Eric Hayes, and he is our 3-point men's champion. This one had to go right here.
Right into the bright lights. And partner, when you've taken as many big shots as he has, 4 years of the ACC, bam, you stick a dagger in the heart of your Ivy League competition.
His coach's reaction, yes. Gary knew exactly what he needed. That last one, and he said, my man. And Eric's going, my coach and my buddies, and I'm smiling, and now he's with Holly Rowe.
Well, you had a little bit of a dry spell there, but what happened on that last rack that you regained your focus?
Well, I know I needed to make them, and a lot of pressure making that last rack, but heard the guys behind me saying how many I need, so they helped me out a little bit, and I was just able to knock them down the stretch.
You guys have had a lot of shots here. How were your legs holding up towards the end?
They were getting tired, definitely getting tired. You just had to dig deep there at the end and just find some legs to make some shots.
All right, he'll have to make a few more against the women's champ. We'll see that in a minute. Brad?
Oh,